What is up, everyone? You're very welcome along to take 572 of tonight's Anfield Agenda transfer roundup video. That's right, I've been making an absolute mess of this one, so I don't know what take this is, but it's way up into the teens. So look, I'm going to start the clock straight away. We're going to get stuck into it. Hopefully you guys will let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like on the video, all the usual stuff. Clock started. Here we go. Right, we're going to start off with a player called Benjamin Cesco today. Haven't heard of him? Neither have I, so don't worry about it. But Fajajes, that Spanish outlet that loves to drop transfer stories about Liverpool, has linked both Liverpool and Spurs with a move for the 19-year-old. He currently plies his trade at Salzburg, who have a great reputation for bringing through young forwards. But he has been on loan at Liefering, who, to the best of my knowledge, are a second-tier Austrian side. He's made 44 appearances, scored 22 goals. In his time at Salzburg, before he went on loan, I think it was like 25 appearances with 6 goals, something along those lines. I don't know if the interest is serious, but he does kind of fit the profile of player that Liverpool will be looking at. So maybe keep an eye on it. Spurs fans, if you're watching this as well, maybe keep an eye on it. Want to move on to a former Liverpool player, Gini Wijnaldum, for a second. Is he being linked with a move back to Liverpool? No, you needn't worry. What he is being linked, though, is with a trade over to Juventus, with Adrien Rabiot going from Juventus to PSG. But hang on a minute, Craig. Didn't Adrien Rabiot already leave PSG? Well, yes, he did. But then he went over to Juventus. Maybe he realised the grass wasn't greener, or maybe he realised how cushy life was in PSG. But either way, he's been linked with a move back there. Kind of two good examples of why moving unnecessarily or moving away from clubs isn't always the right option. Sorry, Genie, but it just hasn't worked out too well there for you. Liverpool fullbacks who could be going out on loan. We've already obviously seen Conor Bradley go to Bolton and do really well. A goal and 3 assists already. Nico Williams most likely going to make a full-time switch to Nottingham Forest. They had a €12 million plus, I think, or £12 million, plus £3 million add-on bid rejected. They haven't yet come back with an improved offer, but it's fully believed that they will come in with an offer that matches the £15 million Liverpool are asking for. Owen Beck, remember Owen Beck? Yeah, he's been linked with a move to Portugal on loan. And not just Portugal, there are sides in Serie A and League 1 as well who are looking to get Owen Beck through the door. So, you know, I'd love him to go somewhere like Portugal or Italy or France, get a bit of experience before maybe coming back to Liverpool and who knows, maybe pushing the fullbacks in the years to come. Marco Asensio, I know, we're all sick of it, but he has once again been linked with a move to Liverpool, not just Liverpool, of course, but AC Milan and Arsenal, I believe, as well. Now, the reason I bring this up is because it's getting cheaper. The more we sit back and wait here, the cheaper this deal is potentially getting. Now, from reaching out to my friendly journalists in Spain, I can't confirm any interest Liverpool have in Asensio, but football's mad sometimes and you never know. What is the price tag? Well, originally it was set at about £30 million. He's got 1 year left on his Real Madrid deal. And he refuses to sign the new one, and the club are looking to get him out the door. So if clubs play the waiting game, who knows how much you could get Asensio for. But one of the things that Asensio keeps saying is that if he does move, he's going to want to move to a club where he can play more regular first team football. I don't think that's going to be Liverpool, so we'll see if it's AC Milan. But at 22 million quid, somebody will get themselves a fairly decent player. With regards to competition from potentially at AC Milan, he obviously has Sir Divock Origi, so no point in moving there, mate. You're already going to be second fiddle to Divock. So, and then on top of that, you have the egotistical man that is Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who looks like he's about to sign on for another extension there as well. How is he still getting money at AC Milan? I do not know. But yeah, so it looks like Marco Asensio's name is going to be linked with us until he moves elsewhere, which by the looks of it could be right at the end of the window as clubs look to maybe pull Real Madrid's pants down a little bit. Darwin Núñez has already won an award, by the way. Hasn't even been at Liverpool a wet day and he's already won an award. But it was, of course, Player of the Year in Portugal for 2021-2022. So congratulations to Darwin Núñez. Hopefully he's going to be challenging for the Golden Boot this season. Although, if you want my opinion, I'd be sticking your money on either Haaland or Salah. I can't decide which one. I can't decide if Haaland's going to come in and absolutely tear it up or if he's going to take a little while to get going. Either way, he's a good player, isn't he? He is. I'm never going to admit this to City fans in anything, but he's a pretty good player. And it kind of pisses me off that they signed him, if I'm being honest with you. But hey ho, we got Darwin. Life's going to be good. I want to push on a little bit, talk about a few other moves that are non-Liverpool related. See, I'm doing my best here not to mention a certain player, but we move on. Raheem Sterling, that deal has been agreed now. If my memory is correct, and I'm going to just get these numbers up so I get it right. Yes, as per David Ornstein, it's going to be, I think, 45 million plus 10 million in add-ons. I think he will get a wage increase, amazingly, as well, leaving Manchester City. And this is a good signing, I think, for Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea, who have been linked with a whole host of wide attacking players in this window. So, what do you guys think? Raheem Sterling, would you have had him back at Liverpool? I know. Hang on, I'm going to take a second here. Yeah, I wouldn't. I know. I was thinking about it there. Would I, wouldn't I? No, I wouldn't. But what would you do? Would you take Raheem Sterling? At 55 million? I mean, I suppose they can technically say they've made a profit on him because they sold him, or they bought him from us for 50, but I think it's a decent move. I don't know what's going on at Manchester City at the minute, but Bernardo Silva, who clearly wants a move to Barcelona, looks like he could be, I don't want to say kept against his will, because that sounds a little bit odd, but that link has been rumbling on for the longest time, and I don't know if it's due to Barcelona's financial lack of power really at the minute, or if it's due to Pep Guardiola not wanting them to move on. Maybe somebody can let me know in the comments, but either way, what are your takes on that one? And another big deal, actually, Christian Eriksen looks like he has chosen to go to Manchester United. I mean, I just want to kind of start to like him a little bit. It's really difficult now to like him because obviously we were all delighted to see him back playing football, but he's going to United, so it's going to be hard now to not slander him every single week. Yeah, no, I'm going to slander him every single week. Love you, Christian. Glad you're playing football. Glad you're well. But you're about to sign for United, man. It's not a good look. But somebody who may not be signing for Manchester United, or at least if the president of Barcelona is to be believed, is Frankie de Jong. Now, help me out with this one, folks. You know I'm an idiot. I know I'm an idiot. But even I get a little bit confused when we hear things like Barcelona president Juan Laporta has reiterated that Manchester United target Frankie de Jong is not for sale. Then you go on and read a little bit further and it says, Sky Sports News was told last week that clubs have a broad agreement on the fee. Well, how could you have a broad agreement for a player that isn't for sale? I'm a little bit confused by this one. How could he have a broad agreement if he isn't for sale? I don't know. I've kind of left what I think is the best news around Liverpool to the end of the video because I don't want to put out information that I do not have to hand, but it was widely reported late last night that Liverpool have reached an agreement on an extension with a player. Now the question is, who is that player? I don't have the answer to it. I'm not going to come on and lie to you, but the two names that are most talked about as players who are going to sign extensions are, of course, Naby Keita and Joe Gomez. If I had to stick a few quid on this, I would think it was Gomez. Some people stuck their necks out on the line last night. We still await word from the club. As I record this, there's been no confirmation of Gomez or Keita signing extensions. A couple of people have also asked me when some of the guys that played internationals will be back with Liverpool. I believe everyone is due to report in to fly out to Bangkok for that game against United, I think. If my memory is correct, I think they're flying out on Friday. But that's when everybody will report back. They're all travelling over at the same time. Speaking of travelling over to pre-season tours, Cristiano Ronaldo still having those family issues, even though he's been constantly linked with moves to Chelsea and being hawked around. The latest I'd heard is that Bayern Munich have turned down the opportunity to sign Cristiano Ronaldo. And again, I just want us all to take a moment here and just enjoy what a shambles Manchester United are right now. I mean, they can't get players through the door. They've got one left back in for 13 million. And maybe I could spend the last 90 seconds or so slandering Manchester United in this. But I won't, because it's just too easy these days. But I do laugh at the fact that I think, just my opinion, the real reason Ronaldo wants out the door is it's been reported that Manchester United players have taken a 25% pay cut because they didn't qualify for the Champions League. Now, obviously, Ronaldo's ego was big enough that he thought that he could take that group of absolute pony and drag them kicking and screaming back into the Champions League. Even Ronaldo wasn't able to do that. So it's been reported that he's taken a wage cut of, I think it's on 550 grand a week, and he's taken, 25% off that. So poor lad's going to have to get a whip round together to pay for the electricity bill. So, you got to think of the great Cristiano. How can you say that you love a club and then mug them off and just want to run away? Let me know, genuinely let me know, because if he ends up at Chelsea, all this I love Manchester United stuff has to go in the bin. It just has to. And I'm here for it, and I'm always here for it. That being said, a couple of little notes, by the way, on the Anfield Agenda Twitch channel. Not just me anymore. Not just me at 8:30 each night. Now you get a Mr. Paddy Murphy, 3 to 4 p.m, 5 days a week as well. So please do go over and show Mr. Murphy some love. I've done it. I finally got through the video without really making a mess of it. 16 seconds to go. Let's just pretend together that that clock's counted down to 0. Are you ready? Good. Thank you. See you tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye-bye.